Hello. Book 2, Chapter 16. Jack's eyes flash the darkest blue, and he sneers as he casts a leering look down my body. Fear chokes me. What is this? What does he want? From somewhere deep inside, and despite my dry mouth, I find the resolve and courage to squeeze out some words. My self-defense class. Keep them talking. Mantras circling my brain, like an ethereal sentinel. Jack, now might be a good time for this. Your cab is due in 10 minutes, and I need to give you all your documents. My voice is quiet, but hoarse, betraying me. He smiles, and a despotic fuck you smile that finally touches his eyes. They glint in the harsh fluorescent glow of the strip lighting above us in the drab, windowless room. He takes a step toward me, glaring, his eyes never leaving mine. His pupils are dilating as I watch, the black eclipsing the blue. Oh no, my fear escalates. You know I had to fight with Elizabeth to give you this job. His voice trails off as he takes another step toward me. And I step back against the dingy wall, keeping him talking, keep him talking, keep him talking. Jack, what exactly is your problem? If you just want to air grievances, then you perhaps should go to HR to get involved. What could this do with Elizabeth? We could do this with Elizabeth in a more formal setting. Where is security? Are they even in the building yet? We don't need HR to overmanage this situation, Anna, he sneers. When I hired you, I thought you would be a hard worker. I thought you had potential, but now, I don't know. You've become distracted and sloppy. And I wonder, is it your boyfriend who's leading you astray? He says boyfriend with a chilling contempt. I decided to check through your email account to see if I could find any clues. And you know what I found, Anna? You know what I found was out of place? The only personal emails in your account were to your hotshot boyfriend. He pauses, assessing my reaction. And I got to thinking, where are the emails from him? There are none. Nada. Nothing. So what's going on, Anna? How come his emails to you aren't on our system? Are you some company spy planted in here by Gray's organization? Is that what it is? Holy shit, the emails. Oh no. What have I said? Jack, what are you talking about? I try for bewildered, and I'm pretty convincing. This conversation is not going as I expected, and I don't trust him in the slightest. Subliminal pheromone that Jack is exuding has me on high alert. This man is angry, volatile, and totally unpredictable. I tried to reason with him. You just said that you had to persuade Elizabeth to hire me, so how could I be planted as a spy? Make up your mind, Jack. But Gray fucked up the New York trip, didn't he? Oh, shit. How did he manage that, Anna? What did your rich Ivy League boyfriend do? What little blood remains on my face drains away, and I think I'm going to faint. I don't know what you're talking about, Jack, I whisper. Your cab will be here shortly. Shall I fetch your things? Oh, please let me go. Stop this. Jack continues, enjoying my discomfort. And he thinks I've made a pass at you. He smirks and his eyes heat. Well, I want him to think about something while I'm in New York. I gave you this job, and I expect you to show me some gratitude. In fact, I'm entitled to it. I had to fight to get you. Elizabeth wanted somebody better qualified. But I saw something in you, so we need to work out a deal. A deal where you keep me happy. Do you understand what I'm saying, Anna? Fuck. Look at it as redefining your job description, if you like. If you keep me happy, I won't dig any further into how your boyfriend is pulling strings, milking his contracts, or cashing in on some favor from his Ivy League frat boy sycophants. My mouth drops open. He's blackmailing me? For sex? What can I say? News of Christian's takeover is embargoed for another 3 weeks. I can barely believe. Sex? With me? Jack moves closer until he's standing right in front of me, staring down into my eyes. His cloying sweet cologne invades my nostrils. It's nauseating. And if I'm not mistaken, the bitter stench of alcohol is on his breath. Fuck, he's been drinking. When? You're such a tight-ass, cock-blocking prick tease, you know, Anna? He whistles through his clenched teeth. What? Prick tease? Me? Jack, I have no idea what you're talking about. I whisper as I feel the adrenaline surge through my body. He's closer now, and I'm waiting to make my move. Ray would be proud. Ray told me what to do. Ray knows his self-defense. If Jack touches me, if he even breathes too close to me, I will take him down. My breathing is shallow. I must not faint. I must not faint. Look at you, he gives me a leering look. You're so turned on. I can tell. You've really led me on. Deep down you know you want it. Holy fuck. This man is completely delusional. My fear rises to DEFCON 1, threatening to overwhelm me. No, Jack, I have never led you on. You have, you prick-teasing bitch. I can read the signs. Reaching up, he gently strokes my face with the back of his knuckles down to my chin. His index finger strokes my throat, and my heart leaps into my mouth as I fight my gag reflex. He reaches the dip at the base of my neck, where the top bottom of my black shirt is open, and presses his hand against my chest. You want me, admitted Anna. Keeping my eyes firmly fixed on his and concentrating on what I have to do, rather than mushrooming revulsion and dread, I place my hand gently over his in a caress. He smiles in triumph. I grab his little finger and twist it backwards, sharply pulling downward back towards his hip. "Arr!" he cries out in pain, and is surprised, and he leans off balance. I bring my knee swift and hard up into his groin, and make perfect contact with my goal. I dodge deftly to left as his knees buckle. He collapses with a groan onto the kitchen floor, grasping himself between his legs. "Don't you ever touch me again," I snarl at him. "Your itinerary and the brochures are packaged on your desk. I'm going home now. Have a nice trip. And in the future, get your own damn coffee. You fucking bitch," he screams, half groans at me, but I'm already out the door. I run full tilt to my desk, grab my jacket and my purse, and dash to reception, ignoring the moans and groans and curses emanating from the bastard still prostrate on the kitchen floor. I burst out of the building and stop for a minute so as the cool air hits my face. I take a deep breath and compose myself, but I haven't eaten all day, and as the very unwelcome Surgeon General recedes, and my legs give out beneath me, and I sink to the ground. I watch with mild detachment the slow motion that plays out in front of me. Christian and Taylor in dark suits and white shirts, leaping out of the waiting car and running toward me. Christian sinks to his knees at my side, and on some unconscious level, all I can think is, he's here. My love is here. Anna, what's wrong?" He scoops me into his lap, running his hands up and down my arms, checking for any signs of injury. Grabbing my head between his hands, he stares with wide, terrified gray eyes into mine. I sag against him, suddenly overwhelmed with relief and fatigue. Oh, Christian's arms, there is no place I'd rather be. "Anna," he shakes me gently. "What's wrong? Are you sick?" And I shake my head as I realize I need to start communicating. Jack, I whisper, and I sense rather than see Christian's swift glance at Taylor, who abruptly disappears the building. "Fuck!" Christian enfolds me in his arms. "What did that sleazeball do to you?" And from somewhere just the right side of crazy, a giggle bubbles in my throat. I recall Jack's utter shock as I grabbed his finger. "It's what I did to him." I started giggling, and I can't stop. "Anna!" Christian shakes me again, and my giggling fit ceases. "Did he touch you?" "Only once." Christian's muscles bunch and tense as his rage sweeps through him. And he stands up swiftly, powerfully, rock steady with me in his arms. He's furious. "No. Where is that fucker?" From inside the building, we hear muffled shouting. Christian sets me on my feet. "Can you stand?" I nod. "Don't go in. Don't, Christian." Suddenly my fear is back. Fear of what Christian will do to Jack. "Get in the car," he barks at me. "Christian, no." I grab his arm. "Get in the goddamn car, Anna." He shakes me off. "No, please," I plead with him. "Stay. Don't leave my own." I deploy my ultimate weapon. Seething Christian runs his hand through his hair and glares down at me, clearly racked with indecision. The shouting inside the building escalates and then stops suddenly. Oh no, what has Taylor done? Christian fishes out his BlackBerry. "Christian, he has my emails." "What?" "My emails to you. He wanted to know what your emails to me were. He was trying to blackmail me." Christian's look is murderous. Oh shit. "Fuck," he sputters and narrows his eyes at me. He punches a number into his BlackBerry. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Who's he calling? "Barney, Gray. I need you to access the SIP main server and wipe all of Anastasia Steele's emails to me. Then access the personal data files of Jack Hyde and check that they aren't stored there. If they are, wipe them. All of them. Now let me know when it's done." He stabs the off button, then dials another number. "Roach? Gray. Hyde, I want him out. Now. This minute. Call security. Get him to clear his desk immediately, or I will liquidate this company first thing in the morning. You already have all the justification you need to give him his pink slip. Do you understand?" He listens briefly and hangs up, seemingly satisfied. "Blackberry," he says at me through clenched teeth. "Don't be mad at me." I blinked up at him. "I'm so mad at you right now." He snarls and once more sweeps his hand through his hair. "Get in the car." "Christian, please, get in the fucking car, Anastasia, or so help me, I'll put you in there myself." He threatens, his eyes blazing with fury. Oh shit. "Don't do anything stupid, please," I beg. "Stupid?" he explodes. "I told you to use your fucking BlackBerry. Don't talk to me about stupid. And get in the motherfucking car, Anastasia. Now!" He snarls, and a frisson of fear runs through me. This is very angry Christian. I've not seen him this mad before. He's barely holding on to his self-control. "Okay," I mutter, placating him. "But please, be careful." Pressing his lips together in a hard line, he points angrily to the car, glaring at me. "Geez, okay, I get the message." "Please be careful. I don't want anything to happen to you. It would kill me," I murmur. His blinking eyes and he He blinks rapidly and stills, lowering his arm while he takes a deep breath. I'll be careful, he says, his eyes softening. Oh, thank the Lord. His eyes burn into me as I head to the car, open the front passenger door, and climb in. Once I'm safely in the comfort of the Audi, he disappears in the building, and my heart leaps into my throat. What's he planning to do? I sit and wait, and wait, and wait. 5 eternal minutes. Jack's cab pulls up the front of the Audi. 10 minutes, 50 minutes. What are they doing in there? And how is Taylor? The wait is agonizing. 25 minutes later, Jack emerges from the building, clutching a cardboard storage box. Behind him is the security guard. Where was he earlier? And then after them come Christian and Taylor. Jack looks sick. He heads straight for the cab, and I'm grateful for the Audi's heavily tinted window so he can't see me. The cab drives off, and presumably not to SeaTac as Christian and Taylor reach the car. Opening the driver's side, Christian slides smoothly into the seat, presumably because I'm in the front and Taylor gets in behind. Neither of them says a word as Christian starts the car and pulls into the traffic. I risk a quick glance at 50. His mouth is set in a firm line, but he seems distracted. The car phone rings. Gray, Christian snaps. Mr. Gray? Barney here. Barney, I'm on speakerphone. There are others in the car, Christian warns. Sir, it's all done. But I need to talk to you about what else I found on Mr. Hyde's computer. I'll call you when I reach my destination. And thanks, Barney. No problem, Mr. Gray. Barney hangs up. He sounds much younger than I expected. What else is on Jack's computer? Are you talking to me? I ask quietly. Christian glances at me before fixing his eyes on the road ahead, and I can tell he's still mad. No, he mutters sullenly. Oh, there we go. How childish. I wrap my arms around myself and stare unseen out the window. Perhaps I should just ask him to drop me off at my apartment. Then he can not talk to me from the safety of the Scala and save us both the inevitable quarrel. But even as I think it, I know I don't want to leave him. No, not even to brood. Eventually, we pull up in front of the apartment building, and Christian climbs out of the car. Moving with easy grace around to my side, he opens my door. Come, he orders as Taylor clambers onto the driver's seat. I take his proffered hand and follow him through the grand foyer to the elevator. He doesn't let go of me. Christian, why are you so mad at me? I whisper as we wait. You know why, he mutters as we step into the elevator, and he punches in the code to his floor. God, if something had happened to you, he'd be dead by now. Christian tones chills me to the bone. The doors close. And as it is, I'm going to ruin his career so he cannot take advantage of young women any more. Miserable excuse for a man that he is. He shakes his head. Jesus, Anna. He grabs me suddenly, imprisoning me in the corner of the elevator. His hands fist in my hair as he pulls my face up to him. And his mouth is on mine. A passionate desperation in his kiss. I don't know why this takes me by surprise, but it does. I taste his relief, his longing, and his residual anger while his tongue possesses my mouth. He stops gazing down at me, resting his weight against me so I can't move. He leaves me breathless, clinging to him for support, staring up into the beautiful face etched with determination without any trace of humor. If anything had ever happened to you, if he harmed you, I feel the shudder that runs through him. Blackberry, he commands quietly, from now on. Understand? I nod, swallowing, unable to break my contact from his grim, mesmerizing look. He straightens, releasing me as the elevator comes to a stop. He said you kicked him in the balls. Christian's tone is light with a trace of admiration, and I think I'm forgiven. Yes, I whisper, still reeling from the intensity of his kiss and his impassioned command. Good. Ray is ex-army. He taught me well. I'm very glad he did, he breathes, and adds, arching an eyebrow. I'll need to remember that. Taking my hand, he leads me out to the elevator, and I follow relieved. I think this is as bad as his mood is going to get. I need to call Barney. I won't be long. He disappears into his study, leaving me stranded in the vast living room. Mrs. Jones is adding the finishing touches to our meal. I realize I'm famished, but I need something to do. Can I help? I ask. She'll have to know, Anna. Can I fix you a drink or something? You look beat. I'd love a glass of wine. White? Yes, please. I perch on one of the bar stools, and she hands me a glass of chilled wine. I don't know what it is, but it's delicious and slides down easily, soothing my shattered nerves. What was I thinking about earlier today? How alive I felt since I met Christian? How exciting my life has been? Geez, if I could just have a few boring days. What if I have never met Christian? I'd be holed up in my apartment, talking with Ethan, completely freaked out by my encounter with Jack. Know I would have to face the sleazeball again on Friday. As it is, there's every chance I'll never set eyes on him again. But who will I work for from now on? I frown. I hadn't thought of that. Shit, do I even have a job? Evening, Gail, Christian says as he comes back into the great room, dragging me from my thoughts. Heading straight to the fridge, he pours himself a glass of wine. Good evening, Mr. Gray. Dinner in 10, sir. Sounds good. Christian raises his glass. To ex-military men who train their daughters well, he says, and his eyes soften. Cheers, I murmur, raising my glass. What's wrong? Christian asks. I don't know if I still have a job. He cocks his head to one side. Do you still want one? Of course. Then you'll still have one. Simple? See? He is the master of the universe. I roll my eyes at him, and he smiles. Mrs. Jones makes a mean chicken pot pie, and she's left us to enjoy the fruits of her labors, and I feel much better now that I had something to eat. We are sitting at the breakfast bar, and despite my best cajoling, Christian won't tell me what Barney has found on Jack's computer. I drop the subject and decide to tackle, instead, the thorny issues of Jose's impending visit. Jose called, I said nonchalantly. Oh? Christian turns his face to me. He wants to deliver your photos on Friday. A personal delivery? How accommodating of him, Christian mutters. He wants to go out for a drink with me. I see. And Kate and Elliot should be back, I add quickly. Christian puts down his fork, frowning at me. What exactly are you asking? I bristle. I'm not asking anything. I'm informing you of my plans for Friday. Look, I just want to see Jose, and he wants to stay with us. Either he stays here or he can stay at my place, but if he does, I should be there too. Christian's eyes widen. He looks dumbfounded. He made a pass at you. Christian, that was 3 weeks ago. He was drunk, I was drunk, and you saved the day. It won't happen again. He's no Jack, for heaven's sake. Ethan's there. He can keep me company. He wants to see me, not Ethan. Christian scowls at me. He's just a friend. My voice is empathetic. I don't like it. So what? Geez, he's irritating sometimes. I take a deep breath. He's my friend, Christian, and I haven't seen him since the show, and that was too brief. I know you don't have any friends apart from that god-awful woman, but I don't moan about you seeing her. I snap. Christian blinks, shocked. I want to see him. I've been a poor friend to him. My subconscious is alarming. Are you stamping Littlefoot? Steady now. Gray's eyes blaze at me. Is that what you think? He breathes. Think about what? Elena. You rather I didn't see her? Exactly. I'd rather you didn't see her. Well, why didn't you say? Because it's not my place to say. You think she's your only friend. I shrug in exasperation. He really doesn't get it. How did this conversation turn to about her? I don't even want to think about her. I just try to steer us back to Jose. Just as it's not your place to say if I can or can't see Jose. Don't you see that? Christian gazes at me perplexed. I think, oh, what is he thinking? He can stay here, I suppose, he mutters. I can keep an eye on him. He sounds petulant. Hallelujah. Thank you. You know, if I'm going to live here too. I trail off. Christian nods. He knows what I'm trying to say. It's not like you haven't got the space, I smirk. His lips turn up slowly. Are you smirking at me, Miss Steele? Most definitely, Mr. Gray. I get up just in case his palms are twitching, clearing our plates, and then load them into the dishwasher. Gail would do that. I've done it now. I stand up and gaze at him. He's watching me intently. I have to work for a while, he says apologetically. Cool. I'll find something to do. Come here, he orders, but his voice is soft and seductive. His eyes heated. I don't hesitate to walk into his arms, clasping him around his neck as he perches on his bar stool. He wraps his arms around me, crushes me to him, and then just holds me. Are you okay? He whispers in my hair. Okay? After what happened with that fucker? After what happened yesterday? He adds, his voice quiet, earnest. I gaze in his dark, serious eyes. Am I okay? Yes, I whisper. His arms tighten around me, and I feel safe, cherished, and loved all at once. It's blissful. Closing my eyes, I enjoy the feel of being in his arms. I love this man. I love his intoxicating scent, his strength, his mercurial ways. My 50. Let's not fight, he murmurs. He kisses my hair and inhales deeply. You smell heavenly as usual, Anna. So do you, I whisper, and kiss his neck. As soon as he releases me, I should only be a couple of hours. I wander listlessly through the apartment. Kristen is still working. I have showered and dressed in some sweats and a t-shirt of my own, and I'm bored. I don't want to read. If I sit still, I'll recall Jack and his fingers on me. I check out my old bedroom, the sub's room. Jose can sleep here. He'll like the view. It's about 8:15, and the sun is beginning to sink into the west. The lights of the city twinkle below me. It's glorious. Yes, Jose will like it here. I wonder idly where Christian will hang Jose's pictures of me. I'd rather he didn't. I'm not keen on looking at myself. Back down the hallway, I find myself outside the playroom. Without thinking, I try the door handle. Christian normally keeps it locked, but to my surprise, the door opens. How strange. Feeling like a child playing hooky and straying into the forbidden forest, I walk in. It's dark. I flick the switch and the lights under the cornice light up with a soft glow. As I remember it, a womb-like room. Memories of the last time I was here flash through my mind. The belt. I wince at the recollection. Now it hangs innocently, lined up with the others, on the rack beside the door. Tentatively, I run my fingers over the belts, the floggers, the paddles, and the whips. Jeez. This is what I need to square with Dr. Flynn. Can someone in this lifestyle just stop? This seems so improbable. Wandering over to the bed, I sit on soft red satin sheets, gazing around at the apparatuses. Beside me is the bench. Above that, the assortment of canes. So many. Surely one is enough. Well, the less about that, the better. And the large table. We never tried that, whatever he does on it. My eyes fall on the Chesterfield, and I move over to sit on it. It's just a couch. Nothing extraordinary about it. Nothing to fasten anything to. Not that I can see. Glancing behind me, I spy the museum chest. My curiosity's piqued. What does he keep in there? As I pull open the top drawer, I realize my blood is pounding through my veins. Why am I so nervous? This feels so illicit, as if I'm trespassing, which of course I am. But he wants me to marry him. Well, holy fuck, what is all this? An array of instruments and bizarre implements, I don't have a clue what they are or what they're for, are carefully laid out in the display drawer. I pick one up. It's bullet-shaped with a sort of handle. What the hell do you do with that? My mind boggles, though I think I have an idea. There are 4 sizes. My scalp prickles and I glance up. Christian is standing in the doorway, staring at me, his face unreadable. How long has he been in here? I look like I've been caught with my hand in the cookie jar. Hi, I smile nervously, and I know my eyes are wide, and that I'm deathly pale. What are you doing? He says softly, but there's an undercurrent in his tone. Oh shit. Is he mad? I flushed. I was bored and curious, I muttered, embarrassed to be found out. He said he'd be 2 hours. That's a very dangerous combination. He runs his index finger across his lower lip in quiet contemplation, not taking his eyes off of me. I swallow, and my mouth is dry. He slowly enters the room and closes the door quietly behind him. His eyes liquid gray fire. Oh my. He leans casually over the chest of drawers, but I think his stance is deceptive. My inner goddess doesn't know whether to fight or flight. So what exactly are you curious about, Miss Steele? Perhaps I can enlighten you. The door was open. I gaze at Christian as I hold my breath and blink, uncertain of his reaction, or what I should say. His eyes are dark. I think he's amused, but it's difficult to tell. He places his elbows on the museum chest and rests his chin on his clasped hands. I was in here early today, wondering what to do with it all. I must have forgotten to lock it. He scowls momentarily, as if leaving the door unlocked is a terrible lapse in judgment. I frown. It's not like him to be forgetful. Oh? But now you're here, curious as ever. His voice is soft and puzzled. You're not mad? I whisper, using my remaining breath. He cocks his head to one side, and his lips twitch in amusement. Why would I be mad? I feel like I'm trespassing, and you're always mad at me. My voice is quiet, though I'm relieved. Christian's brow creases once more. Yes, you are trespassing, but I'm not mad. I hope that one day you'll live here with me. All this. He gestures vaguely around the room with one hand. Will be yours, too. My playroom? I gape at him. This is a lot to take in. That's why I was in here today, trying to decide what to do. He taps his lip with his index finger. Am I angry with you all the time? I wasn't this morning. Oh, that's true. I smile at the memory of Christian when we woke, and it distracts me from the thought of what will become of the playroom. He was such a fun 50 this morning. You were playful. I like playful, Christian. Do you now? He arches an eyebrow, and his lovely mouth curves up to a smile, a shy smile. Wow. What is this? What is this? I hold up the silver bullet thing. Always hungry for information, Miss Steele. That's a butt plug, he says gently. Oh, bought for you. What? For me? He nods slowly, his face now serious and wary. I frown. You buy new toys for each of your submissive? Some things, yes. Butt plugs? Yes. Okay, I swallow. Butt plug. It's solid metal, surely that's uncomfortable. I remember our discussion about sex toys and the hard limits after I graduated. I think this time I said I would try. I think the time I said I would try. Now actually seeing one, I don't know if it's something I want to do. I examine it once more and place it back in the drawer. And this, I take out a long, black, rubbery object made of gradually diminishing spherical bubbles, joined together, the first one large and the last one much smaller, 8 bubbles in total. Anal beads, says Christian, watching me carefully. Oh. I examine them with fascinated horror. All of these inside me? I had no idea. They have quite an effect if you pull them out amid orgasm, he adds matter-of-factly. This is for me, I whisper. For you, he nods. But this is the butt drawer? He smirks. If you like. I close it quickly, feeling myself turning red as a stoplight. Don't you like the butt drawer? He asks, innocently amused. I gaze at him and trying to brazen out my shock. It's not at the top of my Christmas card, I mutter nonchalantly. Tentatively, I open the second drawer. He grins. Next drawer down holds a selection of vibrators. I shut the drawer quickly. And the next? I whisper ashen once more, but this time with embarrassment. That's more interesting. Oh. Hesitantly, I pull the drawers open, and not taking my eyes off his beautiful but rather smug face, inside is an assortment of metal items and some clothespins. Clothespins? I pick up a large metal clip-like device. Genital clamp, Christian says. He stands up and moves casually around so that he's beside me. I put it back immediately and choose something more delicate. 2 small clips on a chain. Some of these are for pain, but most are for pleasure, he murmurs. What's this? Nipple clamps. That's for both. Both? Nipples? Christian smirks at me. Well, there are 2 clamps, baby. Yes, both nipples, but that's not what I meant. They are both for pleasure and for pain. Oh. He takes it from me. Hold out your little finger. I do as he asks, and he clamps one clip to the tip of my finger. It's not too harsh. The sensation is very intense, but it's when taking them off that they are the most painful and pleasurable. I remove the clip. That might be nice. I squirm at the thought. I like the looks of these, I murmur, and Christian smiles. Do you now, Miss Dill? I think I can tell. I nod shyly and put the clips back in the drawer. Christian leans forward to pull out 2 more. These are adjustable. He holds them for me to inspect. Adjustable? You can wear them very tight or not, depending on your mood. How does he make this sound so erotic? I swallow, and to divert his attention, pull out a device that looks like a spiky pastry cutter. This? I frown. No baking in the playroom, surely. That's a Whartonville pinwheel. For what? Reaches over and takes it from me. Give me your hand. Palm up. I offer him my hand, and he takes it, gently skating his thumb over my knuckles. A shiver runs through me, the skin against mine. It never fails to thrill me. He thrusts the wheel over my palm. Ah! The prongs bite into my skin. And then there's more. Just pain. In fact, it tickles. Imagine that over your breasts, Christian murmurs lasciviously. Oh, I flush and snatch my hand back. My breathing and heart rate increase. There's a fine line between pleasure and pain, Anastasia, he says softly as he leans down and puts the device back in the drawer. Clothespins? I whisper. You could do a great deal with clothespins, his eyes burn. I lean against the drawer so it closes. Is that all? Christian looks amused. No. I pull open the 4th drawer, to be confounded by a mass of leather and straps. I tug at one of the straps. It appears to be attached to a ball. Ball gag, to keep you quiet, says Christian, amused at once. Soft limit, I mutter. I remember, he says. But you can still breathe. Your teeth clamped over the ball. Taking it from me, he replicates mouth clamping down on the ball with his fingers. Have you worn one of these? I ask. He stills and gazes down at me. Yes. To mask your screams? He closes his eyes, and I think it's exasperation. No. That's not what they're about. Oh, it's about control, Anastasia. How helpless would you be if you were tied up and couldn't speak? How trusting would you have to be knowing they had that much power over you? Then I had to read your body and your actions rather than hear your words. It makes you more dependent, puts me in ultimate control. I swallow. You sound like you miss it. It's what I know, he murmurs. His eyes are wide and serious. An atmosphere between us has changed, as if he's at confessional. You have power over me. You know, you do, I whisper. Do I? You make me feel helpless. No, 050, why? Because you're the only person I know who could really hurt me. He reaches up and tucks my hair behind my ear. Oh, Christian, that works both ways. If you didn't want me... I shudder, glancing down at my twisting fingers. Therein lies my other dark reservation about us. If he wasn't so broken, would he want me? I shake my head. I must try not to think about it. The last thing I want to do is hurt you. I love you. I murmur, reaching up with both hands to run my fingers through his sideburns and gently stroke his cheek. He leans his face into my touch, drops the gag back in the drawer, and reaches for me. His hands around my waist. He pulls me against him. Have we finished show and tell? He asked, his voice soft and seductive. His hand moves up to the back of my neck. Why? What do you want to do? He bends and kisses me gently, and I melt against him, grasping his arms. Anna, you were nearly attacked today. His voice is soft but wary. So? I ask, enjoying the feel of his hand on my neck, at my back, and his proximity. He pulls his head back and scowls down at me. What do you mean, so? He rebukes. I gaze up at his lovely, grumpy face, and I'm dazzled. Christian, I'm fine. He wraps me in his arms, holding me close. When I think what might have happened to you, he breathes, burying his face into my hair. When will you learn that I'm stronger than I look? I whisper reassuringly into his neck, inhaling his delicious scent. There's nothing better on the planet than being in Christian's arms. I know you're strong. Christian muses quietly, kisses my hair, but then, to my great disappointment, releases me. Oh. Bending down, I fish another item out of the drawer, several cuffs attached to the bar. I hold it up. That, says Christian, his eyes darkening, is a spreader bar with ankle and wrist restraints. How does it work? I asked, genuinely intrigued. You want me to show you? He breathes in surprisingly, closing his eyes briefly. I blink at him. When he opens his eyes, they are blazing. Yes, I want a demonstration. I like being tied up. I whisper as my inner goddess pole vaults from the bunker under the chaise lounge. Oh, Anna, he murmurs. He looks pale all of a sudden. What? Not here. What do you mean? I want you in my bed, not in here. Come. He grabs the bars in my hand and leads me promptly out of the room. Why are we leaving? I glance behind me as we exit. Why not in there? Christian stops on the stairs and gazes at me, his expression grave. Anna, you may be ready to go back in there, but I'm not. Last time we were in there, you left me. I keep telling you, when will you understand? He frowns, releasing me so that he can gesticulate with his free hand. My whole attitude has changed as a result. My whole outlook on life has radically shifted. I told you this. What I haven't told you is... He stops and runs his hands through his hair, searching for the correct words. I'm like a recovering alcoholic, okay? That's the only comparison I can draw. The compulsion has gone, but I don't want to put myself into temptation. I don't want to hurt you. He looks remorseful, and in that moment, a sharp nagging pain lances through me. What have I done to this man? Have I improved his life? He was happy before me, wasn't he? I can't bear to hurt you because I love you, he adds, gazing up at me, his expression of one absolute sincerity, like a small boy telling a very simple truth. He is completely guileless, and he takes my breath away. I adore him more than anything or anyone. I do love this man, unconditionally. I launch myself at him so hard that he has to drop what he's carrying to catch me, as I push him up against the wall. Grabbing his face between my hands, I pull his lips to mine, tasting his surprise as I push my tongue into his mouth. I'm standing on the step above him. We're at the same level, and I feel euphorically empowered. Kissing him passionately, my fingers twisting in his hair. I want to touch him, everywhere, but restrain myself, knowing his fear. Regardless, my desire unfurls, hot and heavy, blossoming deep inside me. He groans and grabs my shoulders, pushing me away. Do you want me to fuck you on the stairs? He mutters, his breathing ragged. Because right now I will. Yes, I murmur. And I'm sure my dark gaze matches him. He glares at me, but his eyes hooded and heavy. No, I want you in my bed. He scoops me up suddenly over his shoulder, making me squeal loudly, and smacks my hard on the behind so that I squeal again. As he heads down the stairs, he stoops to pick up the fallen spreader bar. Mrs. Jones is coming out of the utility room when we pass through the hall. She smiles at us, and I give her an apologetic upside-down wave. I don't think Christian notices her. In the bedroom, he sets me down on my feet and drops the spreader bar on the bed. I don't think you'll hurt me, I breathe. I don't think I'll hurt you either, he says. He takes my head in his hands and kisses me, long and hard, igniting my already heated blood. I want you so much, he whispers against my mouth, panting. Are you sure about this? After today? Yes, I want you too. I want to undress you. I can't wait to get my hands on him. My fingers are itching to touch him. His eyes widen, and for a second he hesitates, perhaps to consider my request. Okay, he says cautiously. I reach for the second button on his shirt and hear him catch his breath. I won't touch you if you don't want me to. I whisper. No, he responds quickly. Do. It's fine. I'm good, he mutters. I gently undo the buttons, and my fingers glide down his shirt to the next. His eyes are large and luminous. His lips parted as his breathing shallows. He is so beautiful, even in his fear. Because of his fear, I undo the third button and notice his soft hair poking the large V of his shirt. I want to kiss you there, I murmur. He inhales sharply. Kiss me? Yes, I murmur. He gasps as I undo the next button and very slowly lean forward, making my intention clear. He's holding his breath, but stands shock still as I plant a gentle kiss among the soft, exposed curls. I undo the final button and lift my face to him. He's gazing at me, and there's a look of satisfaction, calm, and wonder on his face. It's getting easier, isn't it? I whisper. He nods as I slowly push his shirt off his shoulders and let it fall to the floor. What have you done to me, Anna? He murmurs. Whatever it is, don't stop. Then he gathers me in his arms, thrusting both his hands into my hair and pulling my head right back so that he can have easy access to my throat. He runs his lips up to my jaw, nipping softly. I groan. Oh, I want this man. My fingers fumble at his waistband, undoing its button and pulling down the zipper. Oh, baby, he breathes as he kisses me behind my ear. I feel his erection, firm and hard, straining against me. I want him in my mouth. I step back abruptly and drop to my knees. Whoa, he gasps. I tug his pants and boxers sharply, and he springs free. Before he can stop me, I take him in my mouth, sucking hard, enjoying his shocked astonishment as his mouth drops open. His eyes gaze down at me, watching my every move, every so dark, filled with carnal bliss. Oh my! I sheath my teeth and suck harder. He closes his eyes and surrenders to this blissful carnal pleasure. I know what I do to him, and it's hedonistic, liberating, and sexy as hell. The feeling is heady. I'm not just powerful, I'm omniscient. Fuck, he hisses, and gently cradles my head, flexing his hips so he moves deeper inside my mouth. Oh yes, I want this. And I swirl my tongue around him, pulling hard, over and over. Anna, he tries to sit back. Oh, no you don't, Gray. I want you. I grab his hips firmly, doubling my efforts, and I can tell he's close. Please, he pants. I'm going to come. He groans. Good, my inner goddess's head is thrown back in ecstasy, and he comes loudly and wetly into my mouth. He opens his bright eyes, gazing down at me, and I smile at him, licking my lips. He grins back at me, a wicked, salacious grin. Oh, this is the game we're playing, Miss Steele. He bends over, hooks his hands under my arms, and pulls me to my feet. Suddenly his mouth is on mine. He groans. I can taste myself. You taste better, he murmurs against my lips. He tugs my t-shirt off and throws it carelessly onto the floor, then picks me up and tosses me onto the bed. Grabbing the end of my sweats, he tugs abruptly till they come off in one swift move. I'm naked underneath, sprawled across his bed, waiting, wanting. His eyes drink me in, and slowly he removes his remaining clothes, not taking his eyes off of me. You are one beautiful woman, Anastasia, he murmurs appreciatively. I tilt my head shyly to one side and beam at him. You are one beautiful man, Christian, and you taste mighty fine. He gives me a wicked grin and reaches for the spreader bar. Grabbing my left ankle, he quickly cuffs it, strapping the buckle tight, but not too tight. He tests how much room I have by sliding his little finger between the cuffs and my ankle. He doesn't take his eyes off of mine. He doesn't need to see what he's doing. He's done this before. We'll have to see how you taste. If I recall, you're a rare, exquisite delicacy, Miss Steele. Grasping my other ankle, he quickly and efficiently cuffs that one as well, so that my feet are about 2 feet apart. The good thing about the spreader is it expands, he murmurs. He clicks something on the bar, then the bar pushes so my legs spread further. Whoa, 3 feet apart. My mouth drops open, and I take a breath. Fuck, this is hot. I am on fire, restless and needy. Christian licks his lower lip. Oh, we're going to have some fun with this, Anna. He reaches down to grasp the bar and twists it so I flip over on my front. It takes me by surprise. See what I can do to you? He says darkly and twists it abruptly again, so I'm once more on my back, gaping up at him, breathless. These other cuffs are for your wrist. I'll think about that. Depends if you behave or not. When don't I behave? I could think of a few infractions, he says softly, running his fingers up the soles of my feet. It tickles, but the bar holds me in place, although I'm trying to writhe away from his fingers. You're a blackberry, for one. I gasp. What are you going to do? Oh, I never discuss my plans. He smirks, his eyes alight with pure mischief. Wow, he's so mind-bogglingly sexy. It takes my breath away. He crawls up on the bed so that he's kneeling between my legs, gloriously naked, and I'm helpless. You're so exposed, Miss Steele. He runs the fingers of both of his hands up the inside of each of my legs, slowly, surely, making small circular patterns, never breaking eye contact with me. It's all about anticipation, Anna. What will I do to you? His soft-spoken words penetrate right to the deepest, darkest part of me. I wriggle in the bed and moan. His fingers continue a slow assault at my legs, past the backs of my knees. Instinctively, I want to close my legs, but I can't. Remember, if you don't like something, you just tell me to stop, he murmurs. Bending over, he kisses my belly, soft, sucking kisses, while his hands continue their slow, tortuous journey north of my inner thighs, touching and teasing. Oh, please, Christian, I plead. Oh, Miss Steele, I've discovered you can be merciless in your amorous assaults upon me. I think I should return the favor. My fingers clutch the comforter as I surrender myself to him, his mouth gently heading south, his fingers north to the vulnerable and exposed apex of my thighs. I groan as he eases his fingers inside me, and I buck my pelvis up to meeting them. Christian moans in response. You never cease to amaze me, Anna. You're so wet, he murmurs against the line where my pubic hair joins my belly. His body bows as his mouth finds mine. He begins a slow and sensual assault, his tongue swirling around and around while his fingers move inside me. Because I can't close my legs or move, it's intense, really intense. His back arches, so I try to absorb the sensation. Oh, Christian, I cry. I know, baby, he whispers, and to ease up on me, he blows softly on the most sensitive part of my body. Please, I beg. Say my name, he commands. Christian, I call, hardly recognizing my voice. It's so high-pitched and needy. Again, he breathes. Christian, Christian, Christian Grey, I call out loudly. You're mine. His voice is soft and deadly, and with one last flick of his tongue, I fall spectacularly embracing my orgasm. Because my legs are so far apart, it goes on and on and on, and I'm lost. Vaguely, I'm aware that Christian has flipped me onto my stomach. We're going to try this, baby. If you don't like it, or it's too uncomfortable, you'll tell me to stop, and we'll stop. What? I'm too lost in the afterglow to form any sentient or coherent thoughts. I sit on Christian's lap. How did that happen? Lean down, baby, he murmurs in my ear, his head on my chest. I daze, and I do as I'm told. He pulls both my hands backwards and cuffs them to the bar next to my ankles. Oh, my knees are drawn up, my ass is in the air, utterly vulnerable, completely his. Annie, you look so beautiful. His voice is full of wonder, and I hear the rip off the foil. He runs his fingers from the base of my spine down toward my sex and pauses a beat over my ass. When you're ready, I want this too. His fingers is hovering over me. I gasp loudly as I feel myself tense under his gentle probing. Not today, sweet Anna, but one day I want you every way I want you. I want to possess every inch of you. You're mine. I think about the butt plug, and everything tightens deep inside me. His words make me groan, and his fingers move down and around to more familiar territory. Moments later, he's slamming into me. Gently, I cry, and he's still. Are you okay? Gently, let me get used to this. He eases slowly in and out of me, and then eases gently back, feeling me, stretching me, twice, thrice, and I'm helpless. Yes, good, I've got it now, I murmur, relishing the feel. He groans and picks up his rhythm, moving, relentless, onward, inward, filling me, and it's exquisite. There's joy in my helplessness, joy in my surrender to him, and know that he can lose himself in me the way he wants to. I can do this. He takes me to those dark places, places I know existed, and together we fill them with blinding light. Oh yes, blazing, blinding light. And I let go, glorying in what he does to me, finding my sweet, sweet release. As I come again, loudly, screaming his name, and he still is pouring his heart and soul into me. Anna, baby, he cries, and collapses beside me. His finger leads deftly under the straps, and he rubs my ankles then my wrist. When he's finished and I'm finally free, he pulls me into his arms, and I drift exhausted. When I surface again, I'm curled up beside him, and he's gazing at me. I have no idea what time it is. I could watch you sleep forever, Anna, he murmurs and kisses my forehead. I smile and shift languorously beside him. I never want to let you go, he says, and wraps his arms around me. I never want to go. Never let me go. I mutter sheepishly, my eyelids refusing to open. I need you, he whispers, but his voice is distant, ethereal part of my dreams. He needs me. And as I finally slip in the darkness, my last thoughts are the small boy with gray eyes and dirty, messy coppered hair shyly smiling at me. And that is the end of chapter 16, and I'll put it up on YouTube, and then I would do chapter 17. Okay, bye-bye.